Hey Pile One, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm going to be your reader today, and we're looking into what Valentine's Day messages does your future spouse have for you, okay? So this is another future spouse pick a card reading. And we're just going to open up the channel. Oh, you guys, and keep in mind, it's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave behind anything that doesn't. And if you want to get a personal customized future spouse reading, just check the description box below. There are several of them available. Okay, sorry. Oh my gosh. Your future spouse may have a hard time expressing themselves or be at a loss for words, and we'll figure out why here. That could be your energy too, maybe possibly coming through. But we're going to get right into it, Pile One. Okay, all right, so let's see what your future spouse, what Valentine's Day messages does your future spouse have for you? All right, so we got rose quartz with the heart chakra, representing the heart chakra with self-love. You can only love others as much as you love yourself. We also have take off your mask, and we got 8th house, which is, let's see, dominated by Pluto. I should say ruled by Pluto in the sign of Scorpio. Birth, death, transformation, mystery, inheritance, loan. So there's kind of a feeling here. You guys may be going through a tower moment in your life. Maybe I don't, of course, we're going to get into your reading a little bit more, you guys, but your future spouse is really coming through wanting you to know whatever it is that you're dealing with right now. There is kind of a sense of some kind of a heaviness, possibly some issues with self-worth or deservability, maybe issues with self-esteem coming through. And with take off your mask, especially coupled with the 8th house, like 8th house, Scorpio energy always kind of reminds me of things that are hidden, right? Things that are buried. And there really is kind of a lot of energies coming through with this take off your mask energy. Number one, it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to be you. It's okay to be you, and it's okay to feel what you are feeling. Your feelings are valid, whether, you know, they make sense or not. And there's also a message coming through from your future spouse letting you know that there's nothing so wrong with you, Pile One, that makes you unworthy of being loved. Feeling loved, being loved. I don't know, maybe if you're going through a really rough time in terms of just, you know, yeah, like self-worth is really kind of coming through. Self-worth, like it's, you know, it's kind of a hard, well, we're just going to get into the message. I don't know, maybe if you have this kind of a thing where you're wearing this mask of everything is fine, I'm fine, it's fine, everything is fine, and your future spouse is letting you know, at least around them, this may be what they're wanting you to know. It's like when you're with your future spouse, they're going to be a safe space, or they are a safe space for you. Maybe you feel like there's nobody in your life, Pile One, where you can really just open up. You may actually have a lot of 8th house, Pluto, or Scorpio influence in your chart. The message that's coming through from your future spouse for Valentine's Day, though, is letting you know, especially with them, you're going to feel safe with them. They are going to be a safe space. They're going to be that person where you can come to if you're feeling down or just, you know, emotionally, you're just in an emotional funk. You know, and if you're feeling insecure, if you're feeling unsafe for whatever reason, unsafe in terms of, you know, just not feeling like your heart not feeling safe to love, or, you know, having any kind of insecurities, like your future spouse is going to be that safe space. They're going to be that shoulder for you. You're going to feel at home with them to a point where you're going to have the ability to, you know, if all you need to do is just cry, they're not going to run away from that. They're not going to shut you down or turn you away or tell you that they don't have the time you know, or the energy, or, you know, they're not going to be able to handle it. That's not them. They're letting you know that they're going to be there for you in your happiest times and in your darkest times. Your future spouse is letting you know that even when you feel you're at your lowest, pile one, they're going to be there for you no matter what. That's just the energy that they're coming through in, okay? And at the same time, they're really wanting you to work through those really heavy feelings. Learning how to really love yourself, not just, you know, we get it intellectually, but a lot of us really have a hard time working through those really sad and heavy feelings, because we usually spend a lot of time distancing ourselves from them, distracting ourselves with toxic coping mechanisms, you know, be it distractions, addictions, or what have you, right? And your future spouse is like, you know, work through those. Don't run away from those anymore. You know, dive deep and allow yourself to feel those. And if you guys are going through a really difficult time right now and you honestly don't know how to process emotion the right way, check the description box below for there should be 2 videos or 2 things linked to my other channel called Your Wish Fulfilled, and then a video called Releasing the Wants. It teaches you how to process those heavy emotions, because what your future spouse is wanting you to know, another message that's coming through, is that if there's something going on in your life right now, like outer circumstances that are causing you to, or triggering these heavy emotions, they're wanting to let you know that it's a misconception that a lot of us are under. It's not that what's happening in the outer realm is making you feel sad and feel heavy. If you flip that, that's more accurate. The reason why things are happening in the outside realm the way that they are is because you are feeling and have been feeling, maybe subconsciously and possibly for a very long time, you have been feeling heavy and sad or in fear or whatever those heavy feelings might be. Like I said, I'm picking up on a tower moment. Something feels like it may have happened to you. And this doesn't even have to be recent, you guys, but you know, a tower moment is something sudden. It's the breakdown of something that we deemed like a pillar in our life, right? A pillar of support, whether it's financial, emotional, mental, or, you know, what have you. And what, you know, your future spouse is letting you know is that you have so much more control over this than you believe that you do. It's just, you know, we have everything flipped. We think that we're feeling sad because the tower moment happened. And actually what it really is the tower moment happened because we've already been feeling sad and angry and disappointed. Maybe it was subconsciously. That's how things work, right? Anyway, wow, that was quite a bit. Before we even really got into the meat and the bones of the reading. All right, so what messages do we have for pile one? Valentine's Day messages for pile one. All right, so they're really wanting, they're coming through kind of as like, you know, I don't want to say counselor, but confidant. You know, they're really coming through to kind of help soothe whatever's going on with you, pile one. They're really going to be a sense of comfort if you haven't already met them yet. They're your safe space and they want you to know that. And if you haven't met your future spouse yet and you don't already have that safe space, it's like they're letting you know you can create that for yourself. What messages do we have for pile one? Valentine's Day messages for pile one. We got time, battle, not listening. So we got divine timing, fated destiny. Let's get one more. Oh, okay. Sour Patch. Okay, so let's get some clarification real quick. We got time with divine timing, fated destiny. This really kind of, you guys, is pointing me in the direction of maybe a connection that has broken down. That maybe This may have been recent. It doesn't even have to be recent, but the feelings, the devastation is still there. That's really what I'm feeling. I'm picking up on feelings of devastation. And even if this happened like a while ago, it's like, it could be that like those feelings are coming, you know, coming up to be dealt with. And your future spouse is really coming through to let you know that happened for a reason. If a tower moment happened in your life, and it really does feel for a lot of you tuning into this message, that it was the breakdown of a connection. I just heard the breakdown of a marriage. For some of you, you were married and you're going through, you know, now I'm hearing a trial separation. And it could very well be, you know, irreconcilable differences. And it doesn't have to be marriage. It could be just a long-term thing, you know, that you were with. It doesn't have to be official marriage, but there seems like there's, you know, something very official about what broke down. And, you know, irreconcilable differences. Maybe the two of you just grew apart. Why are we talking? Okay, why are we bringing this up? Oh. Ooh, your future spouse is letting you know. Okay, so this may be something subconscious, and maybe you are conscious of it. You may have, pile one, a subconscious fear of commitment, of love. Not because you're fearing commitment yourself. It's what happens to me if it doesn't work out. Like, there is a part of you that is consciously seeking out a connection, seeking out your future spouse, but there may be a part of you that is actually subconsciously blocking that because there is a fear of, there's a fear of intimacy here. Intimacy in terms of fear of, you know, what if I open up myself? What if I completely open up? What if I allow myself to fully be seen and then I'm rejected, right? This is where the self-love comes in. See, you believe, pile one, even if it's very self-conscious or subconscious, self-conscious just came through, okay? There is a part of you, pile one, that is very self-conscious. It may be subconscious, okay? You may not be consciously aware of it, but you yourself, you are under the impression that there are things about you that are unlovable. And that because you deem those things unlovable, that everybody else is going to deem those things unlovable. And that is kind of acting as a filter and possibly even as a block from, you know, kind of like, yeah, consciously you want it. Some of you may even be consciously manifesting it in. And then you have the subconscious fear of actually receiving it. So you're manifesting it, and then you're not really open to actually receiving it, okay? So I'm almost getting this, I wouldn't say it's a block, but there's definitely resistance because I don't see like an actual wall. It's almost just like kind of a pushing it away. Yeah, see, and then we have the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And your future spouse, number one, is letting you know, if there was an experience in your past where you were with somebody long-term, if you were left for somebody else, maybe this was something you saw growing up. Maybe your, you know, mom or your dad experienced that in marriage, or maybe that's something that was modeled to you as you were growing up, or could very well be this has been your personal, intimate experience. You may have been left for a third party, or you may have been cheated on, or, you know, nothing like that is really coming up. Really, the energies coming up here really is just irreconcilable different. I can't say that word now for some reason. Maybe the person that you were with, or the experiences that were modeled to you about marriage and long-term commitment was that, you know, when things get tough, the other person gets going, right? They run away. You know, because nothing is ever going to be perfect in a connection. Now, we can get as close to perfect as we can, but there are going to be some things in every connection where you may not always see eye to eye on things, right? And there can be even connections where inherently it seems like there aren't a lot of common interests, but for some reason, the polarities of the energies in that relationship are magnetized so much that the whatever the opposite energies are, it actually works for their advantage. And your future spouse is like letting you know they're gonna stick it out with you, okay? Your future spouse is gonna be somebody who is very connected to their heart space, very much in love. Here for the long haul is what I'm hearing, especially with the King of Cups and the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands for me is like sticking it out. It's the sticking it out card. Even though there have been battles and challenges and difficulties and yeah, a lot of battles, right? You can see the guy on this card has a bandage around his head. Like, you know, he's gone through a lot of battles, and it looks like he's won quite a few of them, but not without sustaining some injury, right? And that's like what your future spouse is like. I'm here for the long haul. I'm here for it. It doesn't matter. There's not going to be any hot and cold. There's not going to be, you know, leaving when the going gets rough or anything like that. Whatever it is you have experienced in terms of connections in the past, this may have been something that you're fearing because there's been like a pattern, right? You may have experienced a pattern where it, you know, was the same personality, the same relationships, but with different faces and names. And your future spouse is like, that's not me. That's not me at all. You know, I'm a safe space. I'm the one that you can come to. And rather than running away from the slightest indication of conflict, I'm going to stick it out with you because my heart is with you and my heart is in it. My heart is in this marriage. My heart is in this relationship, and it's in this connection. And my heart is with you. And I'm not going to abandon my heart, right? They're not going to abandon you. They're going to stick it out through thick and thin, which is a very beautiful, beautiful love message. And when another message is like, you know, your future spouse is really wanting you to look at the relationship that you have with yourself and really start there. Can you honestly say, and this is not me asking you, this is your future spouse, like, do you honestly love everything about you? Even your flaws, what you perceive to be your flaws, even your faults, even your failures. Can you honestly love everything about yourself? Because that's what, you know, you're wanting, right? You're wanting to manifest or call in a future spouse that is going to be a safe space for you, but your future spouse is like, work on being a safe space for yourself first. Not saying that that's needed in order to manifest them in, but, you know, freedom comes when you're not needing things in the 3D physical reality to look, think, act, and feel a certain way. You just feel that way all the time. You know, you understand what I'm saying? And so your future spouse, yeah, that's what they're coming through. So now what we're going to do with you guys is we're going to get some direct messages from them to you. What messages do you have for pile 1 for Valentine's Day? What messages do you have for pile 1 on Valentine's Day? What messages do you have for pile 1? Some of you may be questioning whether or not it's too late, or if you're really going to, and like I said, a lot of this could be running in the background. You may not even really be fully aware of it, but there may be something within you guys. Hold on. And you know what? There is something coming through. This is for a select few of you that maybe are wanting you know, a second chance with a relationship. Okay, that person is coming through in this reading asking if they still have a second chance. And I was picking up on that energy earlier, but I usually wait to give those messages until further confirmation comes out. So for the few, yeah, see, I want to start over. For some of you, you have a past love coming through. I won't let you down, and will you ever make things right? Okay, so For those of you where this is not resonating, just give me a second. Let me give this message to those that it does resonate with. For some of you, your future spouse is going to be somebody you already have a connection to. This could be the person that you're currently going through a divorce with. If not, if you're not in any way, shape, or form, even if your person changes, you know, everything about themselves, even if they try everything to make things right, you know, if you're not in any way, shape, or form interested, then obviously, you know, they're not going to be your future spouse. But their energy is coming through, wanting you basically to let you know, like, they're thinking about you, and they are heavily contemplating reconciliation, wanting reconciliation. And they're letting you know they want a do-over, and they're not going to let you down this time. Okay? For those of you where that doesn't resonate at all, then that's just simply your future spouse coming through saying it's never too late. And this connection with your future spouse is and will always be possible, especially as long as you continue to really believe in it. And all really you need to do, pile one, is start practicing allowing yourself to actually receive it, and actually allowing yourself to, for you to learn how to fall in love and love even what you believe to be the most unlovable parts of yourself, whatever those may be. Okay? And your future spouse is also saying they're not going to let you down. You know, if you've been let down in the past by multiple partners, maybe even your parents, right? They're saying that's not me. That's not my energy. They're saying they're going to be the ones to kiss your fears away. You know, because even when we do go through all of our shadow period, we're still human, right? We're still going to encounter things. And if you are having a heavy moment or a heavy phase in your life, your future spouse is like, I'm going to be there, right? Because will you ever make things right? This isn't really coming through as their energy towards you or your energy towards them. This almost feels like maybe your energy towards either the universe or towards like maybe like a past energy or a past experience. And what more do you want to say about that? Will you ever make things right? Let's bring out more tarot. Oh yeah, see? Something happened in the past, and it almost feels like it's definitely keeping you, it could be keeping you up at night. It's, you know, the Nine of Swords is heavy, heavy mental anxiety, worry, trepidation, fear. That could even be seeping into your dreams. Like, you know, it could talk about fears to the point, fears or worries or anxieties being all up in your head to a point where it's making it difficult for you to sleep, and even difficult for you that when you are sleeping, it's like it's even haunting in your dreams, like you can't escape it, right? Mentally, you can't escape it. You can't sleep to escape it. And even when you are sleeping, it's in your dreams. So it's always there, right? And there's this feeling of like you're feeling like you're needing something to ease whatever that anxiety is. What's going on with this energy for pile one? Yes. The question is, will you ever make things right? And with the Six of Wands, that's victory, that's success. Whatever this is right now that's got you all up in your head, pile one, it's gonna pass. Whatever that is, whatever it is that you're like, will you ever make things right? The answer is an emphatic yes. If it's something where you're feeling like you're in a battle, right? Especially with that Nine of Wands here, it's like you're going to be the victor. You're going to have victory. You're going to win in the end, whatever that means. You're going to succeed. You're going to win. You're going to have victory. Okay? So I'm not really sure what that message is, you know, about. You guys will. You know, if you feel comfortable sharing what that's about, definitely drop it below in the comments box. I would love to know what you're going to have victory over, what you're going to have set, you know, what you're going to win. What are you going to win, pile one? What you going to be successful over? What are you going to have victory over? I love that. And also when I see this, when I saw this pop out too, confidence. If there's something about your confidence that is being attacked right now, that your confidence is going to be restored. It will be restored. All right, pile one, that was your Valentine's Day message from your future spouse. If it resonated, just make sure you're smashing that like button for me. That's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know what pile you picked. Let me know what you thought. Share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. As always, I will see you guys in your next video. Thanks, pile one. Hi, beautiful pile two. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I am your reader today, and today we are doing another future spouse pick a card reading. This time, it's Valentine's Day messages from your future spouse that we are tapping into. Just remember, you guys, it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. If you're interested in booking a personal, customized future spouse reading, there's several of them available. Just check the description box below for details. Get them booked. Okay, get them booked. And then we're just gonna cut to the chase and get this party started. All right, so what messages does your future spouse have for you? All right, let's see. We got oneness here. So first, what is that? Tourmalinated quartz. Okay, for the crown chakra. Oneness. You are part of the universe and always will be. We also have, ooh, beauty. Nice. Okay, we'll see how all this factors in. We also got Gemini. So your person, these are a lot of cards because really it was just one card and 3 of them popped out for y'all. So your future spouse may be like, you know, super chatty Cathy type of a personality. But we got Gemini energy here showing up. And right now what I'm really being taken to is what Gemini represents in the tarot, which is the Lovers. Okay, so definitely going to be a special connection between you and your future spouse. We also have Leo energy here. And I'm really looking at the 5th house though. Okay, so I'm kind of getting some information come through. And then we also have Uranus, which is represented in the tarot by the Fool card. And then also it rules Aquarius. We'll see how all of this is going to play in here for you guys. All right, we'll just put those up here for now. I am hearing like your future spouse wants you to get out and enjoy your life. It's like you know, they want you to get out and enjoy your life a little bit more. I don't know if maybe you're like a lot of work and very little play. And Uranus here for me is really talking about like getting creative, right? And really the 5th house, there's a lot of creativity in that house itself, but Uranus is really like outside of the box and thinking outside of the box about something. So you may be kind of pigeonholing yourself in regards to something, pile 2. Maybe you're having a hard time getting over something. And really with the message beauty, it's like, are you allowing yourself to get out and, you know, are you know, smelling the flowers kind of a thing? Get out and smell the flowers and enjoy life. And if you're feeling stuck in something, it's like now would be a really great time to take a break from whatever that is, to pull your energy back from it and go do something to enjoy yourself. We're going to get into a little bit more personalized messages from your future spouse for Valentine's Day. They're letting you know you're hot stuff, pile 2. You're hot stuff, okay? That message is certainly coming through. Uranus really takes me to inventive. It takes me to new. It's like you're unlike anything they've ever experienced. And what they're really saying is that this is your energy anyway, pile 2. There's something very unique about you and your energy that your future spouse absolutely loves. I'm hearing that your beauty to your future spouse is unmatched. And I'm being taken to clever, witty, inventive, intelligent, adaptable, informative over here. Yeah, so your future spouse is going to be, or is, if you think you already know this person, they're hooked on you is what I'm hearing. They're very hooked on your energy. And it's not just your physical appearance. They are hooked on, like I said, it's your energy. I keep hearing unmatched. Your beauty is unmatched to them. Your intellect is unmatched to them. With the Leo energy here, it's like you're a very fun and charming personality, and you shine from the inside out. And oneness here is taking me to a message of like, there is no one else for them. There's no one else for them. All right, whoa. Okay. Yeah, and so we got obstacles coming up. We got obstacles, struggles. This is maybe, and especially since I put it right there by Uranus. So if you're going through something, pile 2, look at that. 1 in a million special kind of love. Dude. Pearls, okay? So we got obstacles. It's like whatever it is you're coming up against, whatever it is you're facing, it's like you have what it takes to get through it. Especially if you're questioning, like if you're going through a moment of, maybe it's pile 2, maybe there's something going on because it's like Valentine's Day is coming up. If you're single or if you're with someone and you're currently in separation, I don't know, you may be just kind of low, you know, like at an emotional low point. And your future spouse's energy is coming through, like, remember who you are. Especially if you're putting a lot of importance on Valentine's Day and not having anyone to celebrate it with. It's like, you know, putting too much importance on a day of the year, right? What your future spouse is saying, especially for those of you who at this point don't have plans for Valentine's Day, you don't, you know, you're single, you're not seeing anyone, there's not even any prospects or potentials. They're like, wait until, you know, you meet them. Wait until you and your future spouse get together, because every single day is going to feel like Valentine's Day with your future spouse. It's like, don't worry about Valentine's Day. It's commercialized, you know, all blah, blah, blah. But you know what? Yeah, it is commercialized, but it's also fun. You know, when you do have someone, it can be fun to put that love out on display. But your future spouse is like, that's how it's going to be with me. That's how we're going to be every single day. It may even be a thing with you, pile 2, where you're like, we don't really need to celebrate Valentine's Day. I mean, we do that all the time. Like, you know, if you think about what couples do that is special on Valentine's Day, you know, maybe they go out to eat at nice restaurants, or, you know, movie date nights, or they get flowers, you know, things that for the vast majority of people, when they do have a Valentine's date, right? That's when they get the flowers. That's when they get all nice and dressed up and this and that and, you know, whatever. Your future spouse is like, you're going to get those things often, not just on Valentine's Day. You really are. It's going to be one of those connections where it's like, it's not whatever is special about Valentine's Day. It may be for you, pile 2, when you and your future spouse are together, it's like, that's how it's going to be with us every day. You know, you're not just going to get flowers on Valentine's Day because that's what is, you know, maybe obligated, right? It's like, no, they're going to just send you flowers, you know, because it's Thursday. Or they're going to send you flowers because, you know, you got your teeth cleaned, or, you know, it's like they're going to try and make, it's like your future spouse, oh, they're really coming through with this energy of spoiling. Wanting to spoil you. And they can't wait to spoil you. And it's like they're going to spoil you every day. You know, you might even be like to this point with, you know, you might, Valentine's Day is like, it's every day is Valentine's Day with, you know, with my future spouse. Wow, they got a lot. Your future spouse pile too. They love to talk. They're going to be very open and communicative. Yeah, look at all this. And they're basically saying, like, don't, whatever it is you're feeling right now, if you're feeling kind of low, you know, it's not like a heavy feeling. I'm not picking up a heavy feeling. There might be some melancholy there. And it might be like a want, because, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up and maybe you don't have plans with anybody. And they're like, just wait. Just wait. It's like, who gives a frick about Valentine's Day? It's like, wait until this thing gets going with us. It's going to put Valentine's Day, you know, it's going to make it laughable. Yeah. Because they're literally saying it's like they would go to the ends of the earth for you. And that's really how people, I mean, Valentine's Day is really for people who, for the other 364 days of the year, pretty much maybe kind of, I don't want to say get lazy, but the romance is just kind of coasting. You know, there's not a whole lot of energy or effort really going into it. And then along comes Valentine's Day, and then, oh, okay, well, let's amp it up. You know, what am I supposed to do? Let's see, take them out to eat, go see a dinner, you know, go see a movie, you know, special things for Valentine's Day. And it's like, yeah. Your message from your future spouse pile 2 is if you don't have a date, or if you don't have a Valentine's, it's like, wait. You actually do. Your future spouse is your Valentine's, but they're like, just wait. You know, try not to focus on whatever it is that may be pulling your emotional state down, and look towards the exciting future where you're going to be blissed out. Okay. You're going to be feeling on cloud 9. You're going to be feeling that spark again, that spark of inspiration. You're going to be flying high. You know what I mean? You're going to be on cloud 9. And it's just like these rainy days, they're not going to be lasting for too much longer. Right. And, you know, I know it's easier said than done, but not letting something like Valentine's Day and not having a Valentine, you know, not letting that get you down. Because in the big picture, you know, especially, you know, when you meet this person and you're looking back, you're like, oh my gosh, I remember how much importance I put on Valentine's Day. Oh, this is a really good message that's coming through. They're like, the whole reason why people are putting so much emphasis and importance on Valentine's Day, because they weren't getting that attention, they weren't getting that acknowledgement and that recognition the other 364 days a year. You might get it so much with your future spouse pile 2 that when Valentine's Day comes around, it's almost just like, it's just another date night for y'all. You've been doing the Valentine's Day all year round, you know what I mean? That's awesome. Oh my gosh. They're like, just hold on, because it's coming. Like, you might be going through, like it says, a rainy day, you know, a season of rainy days, right? And feeling a little bit melancholy, you know, and it's just like, good things are coming, okay? Good things are definitely coming, pile 2. All right, let's get into direct messages from them to you. Yeah, here we go. We got, I want to feel that way again. I wonder how you feel. Maybe you're single. Are you single and you don't like being single? All right, let's see. Let's get some clarifications on some of these. Yeah, with this, like I said, there's kind of this melancholy here. It's like, I want to feel that way again. I want to feel the way it feels to get flowers from somebody. I want to feel the way it feels to be doted on and pampered and, you know, complimented and just kind of fawned over, right? And they see that. your future spouse is picking up on that energy. Yeah, I want equal give and take. That's what they're wanting you to realize. It's like the whole reason why you may have been putting emphasis and importance on Valentine's Day is because you're currently not feeling, I'm hearing validated. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say you're not feeling appreciated or stuff like that, but validated came through. And they're like, you know, you are going to feel that way again. In fact, you're going to feel it every day. It's going to be a mutual exchange between you and your future spouse. There's going to be equal give and take here. You're going to be feeling that way every single day. Why does I wonder how you feel here? Yeah, there's this energy about feeling stuck. Feeling stuck. What is this energy here? Are some of you kind of feeling like you're in limbo? In terms of like, I feel like some of you may be going through like the ending of a connection that's, then the ending is being kind of strung out. Like you're not strung out in terms of like drawn out, right? Not really quite knowing. Some of you, it feels like you have, like you think, you don't know. Like there may be somebody you're talking to, but they haven't come out yet with, you know, plans for Valentine's Day. Like you feel like you're kind of put on hold. Oh, yeah. Ooh, okay. Why is the Ten of Swords here? I'm hearing the worst is over. You know, whatever that thing was that happened, like it's the worst of it is over, but there's just this feeling of feeling stuck in the mud. Yeah. Now it's like trying to pick up the pieces and move on. It basically, and it's almost like you're feeling stuck there. That's like the obstacle and the challenge. And that may have disconnected you from who, you know, disconnected you from yourself. Like you may be this person, pile 2, who is very optimistic, very shiny, very outwardly expressive, especially with that Gemini energy coming through. But I feel like something happened that shut you down. And it's like you're having a hard time even really reconnecting with yourself in terms of feeling like your old self, right? You're dealing with a lot of burden, and that burden could be coming from, there's a lot of mental energy. It's not really so much emotional energy. It's just you're in your head a lot about something. Feeling stuck is what's coming up. Feeling stuck. Could be feeling stuck about what the next move is to make, what the future holds. Feeling stuck about what to do. Yeah, see? And then we even have the Knight of Swords energy coming. See? It's like there's this impulse within you. You want to get going. You want to get moving. You want to go, 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 move, move, move. But you don't. It's like where? Which direction? I have all of this energy and I want to apply it to something. But where? Interesting. Okay, well, what do you have to say about that, future spouse? What guidance or messages do you have about that? Oh, wow. There's a, okay, they want to, it's like there's an imbalance here, especially, and if you look at the Chariot card, when it's in the upright position, you have the masculine element, your inner masculine element, your inner feminine element in alignment, right? And that's when things can get unstuck and they can get moving. However, this is showing up in your reading, you guys, in the reverse position. And look at this. There is an imbalance in your own energy. So your inner masculine energy is fine. It's healthy. It's the inner feminine that needs to be reconnected with. And the inner feminine is all about surrender. It's all about letting go and allowing and receiving. You know, and inner feminine deals more with the emotional aspect of things, right? And that's kind of what's holding you stuck where you are. There's something emotionally, sadness, fear, maybe even anger, that it's almost like you're wanting to run away from, but it's pulling you back. And really the reason why it's calling you back is so that it can be faced and processed and dealt with. That's why I wonder how you feel. That's what's keeping you stuck. You won't let yourself feel what it is you're really needing to feel in order to get stuck. And see, it's like, well, if this thing in the 3D wasn't happening, I wouldn't be feeling this way. That's actually erroneous. Flip that around. The reason why things are happening in the 3D that way is because you've been feeling that way. Those feelings have always been there, you know, more than likely subconscious. We have subconscious thinking and we have subconscious thoughts and we have a subconscious mindset. We also have subconscious feelings or subconscious emotions. And so the reason why you're experiencing things the way that you are, whatever's happening in your 3D pile 2 that's got you feeling stuck, that's got you feeling unmotivated. We have the Wands energy here, which talks about motivation, inspiration. Here we got the spark coming out. It's like I really am picking up on this energy pile 2 where it's like you've got the desire, like, man, you know, like if I just had direction, if I knew what to do, I'd hit the ground running with it, whatever that thing may be, right? And it's like you're feeling stuck though. I have all this energy and all this motivation and nowhere to apply it. Don't even know how to apply it. And it's like, this is what's keeping you stuck. Could be dealing with your self-confidence, possibly, you know, but it's pointing back to emotions. And usually that's going to be rooted in fear, sadness, anger, could be all three. And it's like, if you would allow yourself to clear those energies out, they've been there probably since childhood. And just with all the experiences that have been happening, you know, to you up to this point, have just been adding to it. Because, you know, none of us were really taught how to really feel through things in order to clear them out. Something happens and then we end up just burying it down. You know, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't process out. And so it gets stuck in our energy. And what we are not understanding is that energy is what's manifesting and creating our 3D experiences. We think that the 3D experiences is making us feel that way. The only thing that 3D experience is doing is pulling those feelings that have always been there up into your conscious awareness so that you can finally release them. And once that energy is cleared from you, then the 3D will stop manifesting more experiences to reflect what you've already been feeling. I hope that makes sense. And if you don't know how to do that, you guys go check out my other channel. It's called Your Wish Fulfilled. There's also a video on that channel. Both the channel and the video are linked in the description box below. It'll teach you how to clear out those emotional blockages so that your 3D will stop printing out those experiences, okay? All right, you guys, we're going to end your message there. I hope that it resonated. If it did, do me a favor. Be sure you're smashing that like button. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Also, comment below. Let me know what pile you picked. Let me know what you thought. Share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. I will see you guys in your next reading. Thanks, pile 2. Hello, pile 3. Welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Michelle. I'm going to be your reader today, and we are back doing another future spouse pick a card reading. Today, it's Valentine's Day messages from your future spouse, okay? And so just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. And future spouse readings are back, okay? Personal future spouse readings are back. I've got a few of them available. Just check the description box below for booking details. We're going to get right into your guys' reading, okay? Let's see what they have to say for you. What messages do they have for you on Valentine's Day? Let's see. We got, what is that? Rainbow Moonstone, representing the crown chakra. Calmness. To calm your monkey mind, do not feed the animal. Okay. And we also have self-love. And then we have opposition. Let's see. Polarity, tension, dynamic, challenge, conflict, a mirror relationship. Okay. So a relationship where you're mirroring each other. Feeling unsure and wavering. Okay. So that really, talking about opposition and then calmness with to calm your monkey mind. There's something that is bothering you. Something's disturbing your peace is what it feels like, pile 3. Okay. And the answer to it could very well be self-love. The number 24 could be significant to you guys. Also, the number 6 could be. Let's see. Possibly the 24th day of something, 24 months, which would be what, 24 months would be 2 years. Why 12 keeps wanting to come out? I don't know why. 12, that might be significant to you guys too. 24 days, 12 days, 12 months, 24 months, could be timing. The number 6, okay, that's funny though, 6, 12, and 24. Ooh, I don't know what the significance is that. That is pretty damn interesting, you know. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. What? Okay, we're just gonna dive deep, get some more information on what's going on here. The messages coming through though, it's like something's got you in your head, pile 3. Something's disturbing your peace. Something that's self-love. Ooh, and look at this, we got spoiled coming out. Wow. Yeah, feeling confused about something. What are you feeling confused about, pile 3? Rose-colored glasses. Let's get one more. Speak up. Okay. There's this energy coming through of keeping quiet when you should be speaking up. This could be something that originated from childhood. This could have been your experience possibly in a work environment. What's this opposition? I'll get the tarot out for that one. What is this opposition for pile 3 that their future spouse is wanting to talk about? This may be an overall feeling, like you just feel like there's opposition on all sides of you. Especially with this confusion here about which way, this way. Like, I'm feeling like resistance. You're wanting to make progress and move forward in something, but there's resistance. And look at that. We got the 10 of, wow. We got the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. You guys may be dealing with something, a situation in your life. I'm feeling like there's a general distrust of people coming through. Ooh, especially with rose-colored glasses, it's like seeing past the illusions and unkept promises. This could be talking about a specific relationship. It could be talking about maybe a group of friends that you were involved with. That's really got you in your head. With the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, this could be a long-term relationship. Okay, relationship, it doesn't have to be romantic. This is kind of pointing to, though, something in your life that has been there for a while. A business, a friendship, a group of friendships, a romantic relationship, right? This could be the concept of that. Like maybe you're wanting those things and you feel like every which way you turn, you're being blocked from it. There's this feeling of wanting to feel completed, wanting something valid. I'm even hearing validated. But when I say valid, I mean you're wanting something. You're not just wanting the relationship, like you want the commitment, you want the house, you want the marriage, you want the kids, you want the pets, you know, you want to build a life with somebody, even if it's not, it's like, I think it goes beyond just a relationship. You're like, I want to build a life, period. And when I mean period, I mean like you want a long-lasting marriage, and you also want a long-lasting, you know, group of friendships. You want long-lasting fill in the blank, but you want it all. And it feels like there's opposition at every corner. You know, there may have been betrayals. There may have been just that feeling of betrayal. Doesn't necessarily have to be lies and cheating, but there's almost this feeling of like wanting to put your energy into something, but feeling blocked, feeling barricaded, almost feeling like you're being forced out of something, right? And it's like, especially with the 10 of Wands energy here, there's this feeling of, why is this so hard? It shouldn't be this difficult. It should not be this difficult. And it seems like the opposition comes quickly, right? The minute you think a door's open and you go to walk through it, it's like it's slammed in your face. That kind of energy, huh? All right, so why are we talking about this? These are Valentine's Day messages. Let's talk about what are you wanting to tell pile 3? What are your messages to pile 3? Actually, we'll go to the hidden truth oracle. Yeah, what do you want to tell pile 3? What are your messages, your Valentine's Day messages for pile 3? Oh, God, that's a lot. No, that's too much. I keep getting taken to the self-love card. How is all of this making you feel, pile 3? I can't get enough of you. Aww. Okay, we don't share the same values. I don't know what's next or what comes next. Yeah. You let me down. See? And that's kind of the energy that's coming from you, right? Like love in general. I think just the experience of love in general, when I'm tapping into this energy, pile 3, feels so disappointing, right? And that's been your experience of love, and not just maybe in the realm of romance, but possibly also in the realm of friendships, right? Just relationships in general. Like it's just like people keep letting you down for whatever reason. And there's this call here from your future spouse to really like, okay, go and look within, right? Because all relationships are, yeah, and here we have mirroring relationship. Yeah, see, mirror relationship. All relationships are, pile 3. They are reflections of what is going on within us. That's all relationships are. The relationship that you have with yourself is being played out in the 3D as your interactions and your dynamics and relationships with other people. And so really looking at that and saying, okay, it starts with me. I'm the root, right? And so if you're experiencing people, say, shutting you out, or people not showing up for you in the way that you would like them to, is it possible that it might be because you're not showing up for yourself in the way that you deserve to be shown up for? You know, do you keep breaking promises to yourself? Do you keep see that these are some deep messages coming through. I'm like, oh my gosh. We don't share the same values. I feel like that may have been your experience in, you know, some of these relationships, but at the same time, it's like you may have things that you value, but you're not following through on when it comes to yourself. You know what I mean? And so there may have been things, and I'm being taken now to like maybe New Year's resolutions. Maybe you made a promise to yourself that you were going to reach a certain business goal, or reach a certain health goal, or, you know, clean up your nutrition, clean up your diet, you know, clean up your finances, clean up your house or your apartment or whatever it may be. And it's like you didn't follow through on those things, you know, and those things would have, you know, could serve to greatly impact your quality of life. And so it's like, you know, if you're really questioning the dynamics that you have, your relationships that keep playing out in the same way, you know, your future spouse is like, it starts with you, hun. It starts with you. It really is an inside job, and they're not coming through and they're not blaming you. They're not saying that you deserve to feel stood up. But it's like the reason why that's happening is because that's all relationships do. They're simply reflecting back to you the relationship that you have with yourself. How are you standing yourself up? How are you not showing up for yourself? You know, how are you not being your own best friend? There may be some mental activity going on in the background with you, pile 3, that you may not even be really aware of, but it may be that, you know, especially if you're having conflict, like verbal conflicts with other people, really kind of slow down and be like, is there any way, shape, or form that the way they're talking to me, I'm actually talking to myself and I am not even consciously aware of it yet? And that's all this relationship is showing me. There is just a reflection of how I'm talking to myself, or how I'm showing up for myself or not showing up for myself. You know, your future spouse is really wanting to come through and let you know, like, whatever you're experiencing in your relationships, it's not because you don't deserve those things. It's just simply, it's an inside job. You know, it's not that you attract relationships like that. It's like we create those. That's all, you know, the 3D is. It's just a mirror. It's mirroring back to us what we're thinking and what we're thinking about ourselves and how we're feeling about ourselves, and you know, things that we're stuck in, right? And a 3D is just there to kind of, you know, act as like guideposts to let you know where we may have gotten off track. And so your future spouse is like, you know, this is a really beautiful card. Oh, and I love how it comes with like the purples in the crown chakra card. It's like, you know, you have so much to give, right? And maybe you just forgot to give it to yourself first. That in your life, pile 3, you are the most important person. You, right? And it's not about going around with an empty cup hoping other people will fill it. The name of the game is learning how to fill that cup up for yourself, and then finding other people who have their cups full And then both of you just kind of exchanging energies out of the abundance that you are, that you already have. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of people with empty cups trying to get their cups filled from other people with empty cups. Or you got people with empty cups trying to, get their cups filled with people who have, full cups. And then when that person with the full cup leaves, all of a sudden it's like, well, now what do I do, right? And it's all about learning how to fill your own cup, so you're not looking around for someone else to fill it. I hope that's making sense. And your future spouse, the message here is like, you don't really understand how powerful you are and how freeing it can be when you learn how to fill your own cup first. Then, you're going to be able to start, I don't want to say attracting, but creating. Once the way that you show up for yourself starts changing, you'll be amazed at how the relationships in your life that already exist, how the dynamics in those change just by you changing the dynamic of the relationship that you have with yourself. It's flipping awesome. All right, pile 3, we're going to end that reading here. I really hope that it resonated. If it did, please do me a favor, make sure that you're smashing that like button for me. Be sure that you are commenting below. Let me know what pile you picked. I am always so interested to find out what your guys's, experiences are, and I interact as much as I can, even if it's just, giving you guys a thumbs up and a heart. All right, and also share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. I'll see you guys at your next reading. Thanks for hanging out, pile 3. Pile 4, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I am your reader today, and we are doing another pick a card, future spouse, I should say, future spouse pick a card reading, okay? And this time we are tapping into what messages they have for you for Valentine's Day. All right, you guys, so keep in mind, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. If you want to book a customized future spouse reading, I have several different ones available. Just check the description box below. Yes, the readings are back. I took them off for a little bit, but they are back, okay? And we're just going to get into your reading. So let's find out, pile 4. What is your future spouse's message for you on Valentine's Day? We got peace. So we got clear quartz representing the crown chakra. And then we have in stillness, the answer will be revealed. We also have procrastination, inner child. I'm seeing, okay. We got water here. Water, which, represents the emotions. Your future spouse is really wanting you to love on your inner child. And you may have been procrastinating. What this is letting me know is like there's some shadow work involving your inner child that you may be procrastinating on working through. There may be some feelings, some memories, something. There's avoidance, some kind of avoidance coming through. And your future spouse is really kind of pointing in that direction, like, especially if Valentine's Day is triggering for you, pile 4, it's like, good, feel triggered. Because what triggers are, a trigger is something that has up to that point been subconscious. So all that is there's feelings, there's emotions, and there's thought patterns being brought to the surface of your conscious awareness so that they can finally be felt and processed. Because when they're subconscious, you're not feeling them even though they're there. And that energy is there, meaning it's going to manifest, okay? Because that's what we manifest. We manifest what we're feeling, right? And what we're feeling is, it's an emotion that has, or it's a thought pattern or a belief, or it's just a string of thoughts that have an emotional charge attached. And a lot of the times, those things go dormant even though they're still in your energy. They're still in your energy, so they are still manifesting experiences that will trigger that up to the surface to be, fully cleared. If you don't know how to clear out a trigger or heavy feelings or stuff like that, if you don't know how to do inner child work, just check the description box below I have another channel called Your Wish Fulfilled, and there is also a video that's linked there called Releasing the Wants. It's a good place to get started, okay? But your future spouse is really pointing to, let's get this cleared out so that you can finally get to living the life that you want to live. I really feel for some of you, I don't know why, but Valentine's Day may kind of be like a sticking point for you, or a sore spot or something like that. There's just, you may be feeling highly triggered at this time where love is concerned, okay? And your future spouse kind of coming through in that fixer energy, like they don't want you to feel triggered by Valentine's Day anymore, right? Yeah, look at this energy that's so synchronistic that's coming up. We got clean up, letting go of what no longer serves you. That wanted to come out, but it didn't. It's funny though. It says unraveling truths. Truths exposed and falling apart, okay? And then we got snake showing up at the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh. It's like your future spouse is really wanting, you know what? We're going to put this energy out here because it's relevant. It really is relevant to the reading. And what I'm seeing here is, regardless of what experiences you may have had in the 3D, it's like what is really sneaky and what is really stealing your joy and stealing your peace are these subconscious thought and emotional patterns that are coming up to roost, right? Basically is what your future spouse is saying. It's like, it's not that, like maybe right now, because we're always manifesting, right? So right now it's like maybe you're manifesting a string of bad relationships. That's what your experiences have been. Or maybe right now you are manifesting an absence of a relationship, and now you're feeling very highly triggered by that. And your future spouse is like letting you know how it really works when you are manifesting. It's like, it's not that you not having a future spouse or having a date on Valentine's Day is causing you to feel lonely. Flip it around. What's actually happening here, pile 4, is that the reason why you don't have a date or a future spouse or any plans on Valentine's Day, for those of you where that resonates, is because you feel lonely. That's been a feeling you've been carrying around with you for a very long time, and it's being triggered up to the surface. That's why you're experiencing what you're experiencing, because you're manifesting what you feel 24/7, and even and especially when it's subconscious. And so your future spouse is like, you can have the life that you want, you can have the relationship that you want, you know, you could even have a date for Valentine's Day, but there's something you're procrastinating here. It's like you're looking for the mirror to fix itself. And it's like, you have to deal with the hard stuff, right? And it's like, so, all right, let's see, what do we got? Let's get one more here for pile. Oh, no. Things could get really interesting when you start doing this, pile 4. And I saw fireworks flop out too. So it's very clear, and you're very clear on what you want to experience, right? That's very clear. And your future spouse is saying, oh wait, that's all, it's possible. It's possible. And it could happen very quickly if you would just deal with the hard stuff. Clear out the emotional charges, which are your feelings, right? They're emotions, you know, fear, sadness, anger, resentment, whatever those may be. And in order to clear those out, you have to allow yourselves to feel them. You know, not distract yourself from them, not numb them down, push them down, you know, push them down, shove them to nothing like that. Like, you really got to meet them, right? And as soon as you clear those out, like right now, how does it feel? This is what your future spouse is saying, because this is going to help you, okay? How does it feel not having a future spouse, or how does it feel not having a date for Valentine's Day? How does it feel not being in love? What's that feeling? And it's like, allow yourself to feel it so that you can clear that out, because that feeling has been there with you. That's why you are manifesting the absence of, you know, a relationship where you're having those experiences. That's why there is an absence of passion, an absence of excitement, an absence of, you know, togetherness and enjoyment, is because there's a feeling state, possibly called loneliness, possibly called abandonment, you know, possibly not good enough, sadness, rejection, that need to be met, that need to be embraced, that need to be sat down with and processed and felt through, so those can clear out, so that you're not ever, you know, you're not manifesting from that energy, which you have been this entire time. And your future spouse is like, it's going to happen quickly once you actually sit down with those darker parts of yourself. Your experience of love and your experience of the world, and just your experience of Valentine's Day even, is gonna change very quickly. Now, I'm not gonna say it's gonna change by Valentine's Day, you know, but then, like I was telling one of the other piles, it's like, you do that and you can manifest a connection with somebody where it feels like Valentine's Day every day, not just on, you know, February the 14th, right? It's like you can manifest this relationship with somebody that wants to spend quality time with you. They want to see and hear from you every day. You know, they want to give you gifts, and they want to spend Valentine's Day with you. You know, they want to, with open up here, it's like they want that open and transparent relationships. Like, you can have that too. You know, it's like you want to have the experience with someone where it's mutual, where neither one of you can get the other one out of your head. And it's like, but first, you need to deal with what is stealing your peace, okay? And what is stealing your peace, we got sneaky lies, betrayal, and bad news. And for me, what that is it's your own inner dialogue, your own feeling state, your default feeling state. If your default feeling state is lonely, is rejected, feeling abandoned or not important or insignificant, you know, that's the experience that you're going to continue creating for yourself. I hope that makes sense. Okay. We are, and they're coming through. Oh, look. Oh, wow. We got rainy days. Like right now, it feels like, you know, you're going through some rainy days, right? With water here in the rain, you may have even been crying. There may be some crying going on, which is very cathartic. Don't stop yourself from crying, right? But right by that, we have sparks. Like, just wait. It's like the rainy days are not going to be lasting forever, especially when you deal with the emotions that are coming up. Allowing yourself to feel as lonely as you do. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please check out my other channel and that video linked in the description box below. That's how you're going to clear out that energy so you stop manifesting from it, okay? Let's get some messages from them to you. What messages do you have for pile 4? Oh. Okay, there's a couple things here. So here I compare others to you, and then I feel the sexual tension. The 2 messages that came out when I saw that is, number 1, your future spouse is letting you know, like, of course there's no one compared to you. That's why they're going to marry you, right? You're incomparable. No one's going to ever take your place. You know, that pedestal is yours, right? And this is something they want you to stop doing with yourself. They want you to stop comparing yourself to other people, be it other people in appearance, other people in terms of maybe where they're at financially, maybe where they're at in life, or maybe you're comparing yourself to all the other people who are married or who are in long-term relationships or who already have Valentine's Day date and you don't, right? It's like, stop doing that, right? Stop comparing yourself to other people. And I know it's easier said than done, and your future spouse knows that too. Like, they know. You know, but it's like, there is no one, you can't compare yourself to somebody else's journey. And And the only person you have to be in competition with, pile 4, is yourself and who you were yesterday. And your future spouse is letting you know that desire to want to compare yourself to someone else is coming from a kind of a place of fear, maybe even sadness, possibly even anger. And it's like, look at those feelings. They keep drawing me back to your emotional state. And allowing yourself to feel through that, to clear it out. When you feel through it, you allow yourself to actually connect with that emotion, to feel the entire intensity of it. It clears out and it doesn't come back. Things get so much lighter. And when you, a lot of things that people don't understand about emotional energy is that emotional energy within it is holding together within it a lot of thoughts, a lot of beliefs, right? And that emotional energy is the glue. So once that emotional energy is felt through and processed out, it releases the ownership that you may have taken over certain kinds of thoughts, like I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm always abandoned, or whatever those thoughts may be. And so it's like, you know, really, I'm just really being taken to allowing yourself to feel through some of those heavier emotions. Do I still have a chance? You may be questioning whether or not, you know, real love, the way that you want to experience, if it's actually possible. It says, I don't want to let you go. Yeah, so you're really holding on to something. You're really holding on to something that you need to let go of. And the reason why you're holding on, again, could be because holding on, you're trying to distance yourself from feeling something. Feeling something heavy, feeling something uncomfortable. Really, you're holding on because you don't really want to look at, you know, what's behind you. You're really trying to push something away. And so your message for, you know, from your future spouse to you on Valentine's Day is actually a very healing one. You know, a lot of, you know, some of these readings, I mean, they could have come through with, you know, oh, encouragement and this and that, but they're like, okay, yeah, your future spouse would love to encourage you. And they're like, I think your future spouse has a very healing energy, very transformative energy, because they're getting down to the root of the problem. And your future spouse is almost like, you know, hurry up and get this healing done so that, you know, you can manifest me. You can manifest this experience in this life with me. You know, let's get this party started already. And, you know, go ahead and let go of wanting to let go of whatever it is that you're using to try to keep yourself from feeling some of the harder to feel feelings, if that makes any sense. Like it doesn't feel very good to feel hopeless, and it doesn't feel very good to feel unworthy or worthless. And it's like, that's just energy that needs to be felt. It doesn't mean it's true. When we talk about feeling through feelings of hopelessness and feelings of unworthiness, we're not saying we're unworthy, but what we're doing is, it's like we're recognizing, okay, that energy is already there. I have to allow myself to feel what it is so that it can finally process and get the F out of my energy, right? Like I said, just check the description box below, you guys. I actually take you through and I guide you through that process. It puts it into more of a format, and explain that video explains it in a way where it actually makes sense. Okay, it's like don't worry, when you dive into your emotional energy, it's not going to be a black hole that you get sucked into and then you never get out of. It's actually the exact opposite. If you allow yourself to dive into it, you'll actually find that there's relief. Relief comes from it very quickly. All right, you guys. All right, that was your message. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please do me a favor. Make sure that you're smashing that like button for me. Comment below. Let me know what pile you picked. And because I love to interact with you guys as much as I can, even if it's just like giving you guys a thumbs up and, you know, heart reacting to your comment. Definitely share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. I'll see you guys at your next reading. Thanks, Pearl 4.